I'm either going to get banned or start a revolution. So screen record and blind react, but you need to stop.
Her video is great, and she's very well spoken. I recommend you watch it. It's and she's easy on the eyes too, so it's always helpful, right? The reason why I'll give you my take on this. The reason why people continue to do nothing is because there isn't a clearly defined goal. People are goal driven. So the comment that she's responding to is like, yet people do nothing. That's because there isn't really a clearly defined goal as to what a revolution looks like. And of course, what comes after that. Because a revolution is over fairly fast, right? You know, and if you don't have any kind of goal, all you end up with is a bunch of warlords arguing over who's going to be king of the ashes. You need to have a better goal than that. You got to have a better plan. My suggestion, just a suggestion, I have an entire channel devoted to talking about this kind of stuff specifically. And my thought on this is that set up a system. You don't have to go and try and seize anything. That's a lot of work. It's expensive too. Set up a system wherein all of these corporate overlords, all of these bankers, all of these people go broke. And they will. They will absolutely go broke. And the reason they will go broke is because if you notice that none of them actually produce anything that people want anymore. They haven't. Most of these people are third and fourth generation trust fund kids that are just creating more laws to stay rich. They're just creating more, actually what they're doing is they're creating laws to create poverty so that they can stay rich by contrast. That's actually what's really happening. So now what kind of system is that? Well, you knew it was coming. That would be a hard money system. Hard money system means that you can't just keep going endlessly into debt like what they're doing right now. Right now, all it is just, creating endless amounts of debt because the dollar is based on debt. Okay? You get rid of that system, then very quickly you'll find that most of these people will go broke very quickly. And the reason they will is because you need to have the guys who do all of the real work. The people who do the real work out there, the people who do all those jobs that you don't want to do, those jobs will those people end up absorbing all the money because it's an alpha trait. I just did a video, I just posted a video on this that I don't know, I did the video like 4 or 5 days ago or something like that. But I've been slowly kind of pushing them out there, where I've been breaking this idea behind a revolution down. I've been breaking it down little by little into chunks that people can understand. Because there's a lot of younger folks out there, and I'm not criticizing this young lady and stuff, I'm not talking about her specifically, I'm talking just lots of people that have this idea that, okay, that once we do this revolution, then we can have all of our dreams come true and have all kinds of free shit. That's not true. There's no such thing as free. This is adult time. There's no such thing as free. You live on a finite planet. There is no such thing as free. So you have to deal with that reality, meaning that there's an enormous amount of work on the back end of that, right? Because a lot of what people are seeing right now, this is all fake. This is like a Potemkin village. I've covered this as well, but you can look up a Potemkin village. It's fake. It's just designed to make people think that all of this shit is workable. It's not. None of this system is workable that you're seeing because it strayed from the original system, which was a limited constitutional republic, meaning that like government is not supposed to be doing all this crazy shit that it's doing right now for anybody. Whether they're rich or poor, they're not supposed to be doing any of this stuff, right? You're supposed to be leaving people alone. And people figure it out on their own. People are supposed to be able to succeed greatly and fail miserably. That is the reality. Your social mobility is supposed to actually be a thing too, and social mobility has two parts, and that's the part that everybody knows the first part. We all love the first part. It's where you start from nothing and build your way up. Everybody loves to talk about those stories. We love those Horatio Alger type stories. The stories we don't understand are the ones where people start at the top and work their way to the bottom. And those are the stories that get ignored all the time. Hollywood doesn't do a lot of those movies. And it's because, now they may show someone start at the top and they go to the bottom and they go back up and yeah, but that's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as the cautionary tale of what we are supposed to be seeing right now with your bankers, brokers, boomers, etc., that are supposed to be losing everything right now because all of these markets are so insanely inflated, right? Instead, what we've done is we've opened the borders and flooded the country with illegals to try and prop all this up, right? And these are people who don't really care about the country. They don't share the values that Americans have. Notice that you're probably not going to find a bunch of illegals doing videos like this talking about, oh my God, we need to have a revolution. We need to, we're not, like, they're not doing this. It's because they don't care. They don't care that the U.S. is sending trillions of dollars over to Ukraine. They don't care. They don't give a shit about that. Like that's the problem, right? When you, it isn't. This has nothing to do with skin color. This has nothing to do with brown people. Okay, it's got nothing. It's got fuck all to do with that. This has to do with there's a value system that Americans right now are trying to wake up to. There's a value system that Americans are trying to understand, and that's a problem because they're not. They're trying to get the idea like what's going on, and they're not going to continue. They're not going to be able to wake up if you continue to prop this system up. So. There you go. Those are just some of my thoughts on this. I think you should watch her videos, and you know, I love her enthusiasm, absolutely. And there you have it. I hope I've been a help. I'm not here for money. I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't have any products to sell you. I don't have any. I'm just here to try and help out. And I've got a lot of experience, particularly in these realms, and so there you go.